Napolitano. Judge, it's great to see you. I mean, you go back to what Greg was saying. Is this make or break for these military commissions?
Well, yes and no. I mean, this is the beginning of a long, long process, which no doubt will involve appeals and ultimately, and it's rare for a military case to make its way to the Supreme Court, ultimately an appeal there. I have seen, these are public documents, Trace, the motions that the civilian lawyers for the defendants have filed seeking the dismissal of these charges, and they basically make the standard constitutional arguments, many of which were just nicely outlined by Greg, which distinguish military tribunals from civilian tribunals. Stated differently, these lawyers are challenging the constitutionality of the rules that Congress established for the trial of these cases. And don't be surprised if they win a few of these motions. Not a great deal of them, but a few of them.
Yeah, and I was kind of looking at your talking points, Judge, and as a constitutional scholar and a legal scholar, this has got to be fascinating for you to see the issues that this trial will raise. I know the trial's still a ways off, but the issues are going to be just fascinating to watch.
Well, we have not had these types of issues raised in the modern era, say in the post-World War II era. The last time there was a commission of this magnitude trying people of this notoriety was during World War II, and the evidence was pretty clear. They were Nazi saboteurs. They were arrested on American soil. The only issue was should they be executed or not, because two of them, it turned out, were born in the United States. But here you have things like, can evidence obtained not by the torture of these people, but by other people who are not defendants in the case be used? Can hearsay be used? Can the defendants have some of the evidence and even some of the witnesses kept away from them in order to protect the sources of those witnesses and that evidence? Here's one for you. If they're acquitted, unlikely, but if they're acquitted, can they still be incarcerated? Right. These are rules that are alien to American ears, that are very different from what we're accustomed to in this country, that will be tried out in these tribunals, and ultimately appellate courts will decide if those rules are close enough to the constitutional standard to permit any conviction to stay.
I just want you to backtrack, if you would, for me, Judge. Punished after acquittal. I mean, what does that mean?
The Military Commissions Act that established the present court. This is the third act. So the one that is in existence now permits the President of the United States to incarcerate any of these people for the rest of their lives, even if they're found not guilty, on the theory that they would return to, as Greg says, the battlefield and would begin harming Americans and American interests again. This is a claim that no American president has ever asserted. This is a claim that Senator Barack Obama criticized when he voted against the Military Commissions Act, probably never anticipating that he would one day be the president and would be asked to enforce this.
Judge Napolitano, Judge, thank you. It's great to see you, sir.
Pleasure.